Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to the Freetrepreneur channel. I'm going to show you in this video step by step how I consistently get 100 out of 100 SEO score on almost all my blog posts. As you can see, that's 93, 95, 100 out of 100, 100 out of 100, 100, 91, 97, 97. This is important because if you write a blog post, you want your post to be ranked on Google. And if you are able to achieve 100 out of 100 SEO score, then you're more likely to rank. And as you can see, for example, this is already 13 incoming links from this article because a lot of people are reading this article because Google pushed it and people were able to also put it as external link, right, in their blogs or on social media. So now there is a very specific way to edit every single article, and there are tools you need to install to be able to achieve this 100 SEO score. The first tool that you will need here is the first thing you need to do here is to properly do the keyword research. Why is it important? It's important because if you're writing your blog post about a keyword, all right, let me show you something. All right, here's what I want to show you. If you take a look at this list of keyword research that I already did using Google, you will realize that there is a very specific way for you to do the keyword research such that you find the highest volume, the keywords with the highest monthly searches, lowest competition, and you write about them. So why is it important to use the keyword research? Because if you just wake up and you decide to write about, I don't know, this very specific keyword, it only has about 100 to 1,000 visitors per month or searches per month, whereas only this Google Flights keyword has 1 million to 10 million per month, and there is low competition, meaning that there is not a lot of content on it on the internet. Now imagine you write 10 reviews about different of these airlines: JetBlue, Rental Car, Expedia, Spirit Airline, Travelocity, Google Flights. You write about them, right? Out of these reviews, they will probably attract 100,000 visitors, each of them, on your website, if those are high quality reviews that can achieve 100 SEO score, just like I am doing here. And you will be able to monetize like this. If you look at this review, for example, that I did for Google Flights, this is already Google AdSense. I was approved for Google AdSense, so I am able to monetize. And also these are affiliate banners that I'm able to implement as well on my website. So it's a combination of affiliate banners and Google AdSense. So I am able to make money on the website from different sources. How do you get 100% SEO score? Let's go first on how to find the keyword. To find the keyword research, to do the proper keyword research, there are two ways. Method one, you use the Google Keyword Planner, but there is a very specific way to use that. And method two, you use UberSuggest. There are pros and cons for each of them. Keyword Planner, you can do multiple keyword research. You can get statistics about multiple keywords at the same time, like this. But with UberSuggest, you can only get for one specific keyword. So I usually go with this. As you can see here, if you look at my the list of searches, and the benefit of using Keyword Planner from Google is that you're able to even save your searches, so that next time, for example, if next time I come back and I want to write about a keyword that I already did as research, I can just, for example, come in here, click on it, and then you filter here keywords, you get the historical metrics, and then you filter, and you're able to see whether it's worth it to write on it, right? So for example, the keyword pay for college is 1,000 to 10,000. The competition is medium. It has a good CPM or top of page bid, but it's not really like you want to aim for high volume keywords so that you can drive some of that traffic to your website. How do I do it? If you go on Google, for example, let's say I want to write about, I want to find high volume, low competition keyword. If you only use UberSuggest, you will have to type maybe 10 keywords like multiple times to be able to find whether that keyword has a high volume. But if you use this tool called Keywords Everywhere, so if you type Google Chrome Store extension or Chrome extension web store, something like that. Okay, let's go step by step. Chrome extension store, right? You click here on the first result, and then you type Keywords Everywhere, which I will also put in the description, right? You install it and then you activate it, right? You will activate it. Once you will activate it, if you now go on Google, whether it's here or here, you type, for example, Google flights, what do you have? You have first, you have the results, but then if you go a little bit down, you have related keywords. So what the extension does, it gives you related keywords and also other keywords people are searching for. Here is the trick. Here is what you do to be able to do it, like to do the keyword research fast and without having to pay for anything. You simply come here, you copy all these keywords. You do right click, you copy. You come back on your Google Keywords Planner. Let me go back on the main menu of Google Keyword Planner. You come here on Get Search Volume and Forecast. You click here. You paste all these keywords. Oh no, I click Save As. You paste them here. You go on the line. You come back here as well. You copy all of this. Imagine you had to do the research for, like, to get the volume or the analytics for each of them. That will take you a lot of time, but this is very, very fast, because if you copy all of them, you come back here, you paste, and then you can do as well. You can do the same thing. You can even click on, I don't know, on airline bookings, right? If you click on airline bookings, then on the side as well, you have now other related keyword and other keywords people are searching for. So let me just copy that as well. And you paste that. If you copy that, you paste it here. You paste and you do the same thing here. So you copy that, you paste. Now, here's the thing. When you click on Get Started, Google already has the analytics for each of these keywords. So now it tells you this. How do you know? The next thing you have to do, right, is that first of all, you have to look at the impression people are going to get from all these keywords and the number of clicks. Now, if in the CTR, it has really high CTR. So if you write a review about the high volume keyword, then you might drive traffic to your website. But here's how you get the statistics. You come here on that, like here on keyword, and you click on historical metrics. When you click on historical metrics, you want to filter, because there is no right now it's only alphabetic ordering now, but you want to filter from to get the average monthly searches in a decreasing manner. So what you have now is that you have these keywords with the Spirit Airline, for example, 1 million to 10 million monthly searches. Southwest Airline, Delta Airline, Google Flight, United Airline. Like, for example, you see these are a lot of keywords that you can write on your blogs. You can write reviews about your experience, or maybe you do a good research from like different resources around the internet, and you write your blog post like I did here, and then you start monetizing your blog. So this is one way to get your keyword. And now, how do you save it? Once you've done the research, it's already like the draft is saved on Google, but now you have to go back here to Keyword Planner, and this is here, plan from April 2nd, 2020. Now you click here, you edit, and then you just give a title to know what this was about. These are, for example, keywords for airlines, right? Airlines. Now what I do usually is that I say, oh, it's very high volume, so that next time if I come and want to find a keyword to write on, I already know which group I should probably click on. It's very high volume, low competition, and then you save. This will remain in your Google account forever. So if you're short on ideas for keywords, you just click on here, and then you come back here on keywords. After you click on keywords, click on historical metrics, and then you will still have your keywords, right? So this is very important. Now, the second way to have in-depth details as well is UberSuggest. So now let's say you've done the first step already with Google Keyword Planner. Now, if you come here on cheap flights, for example, it's 1 to 10 million to cheap flights. So if there is a niche site on cheap flights, they might get a lot of traffic from this as well. They might get like 100,000 if you have really good articles. Now, if you copy cheap flight, you come here on UberSuggest, you type cheap flights in the United States, you can select the country, whatever, and then you click on search. What is interesting about UberSuggest is that it gives a little more, some more details that Google like Keyword Planner doesn't necessarily give you. For example, it tells you an estimate of the search volume, average search volume. You see on Google Keyword Planner, it gives you a range, 1 million to 10 million, but here it gives you an average search. The SEO difficulties, paid difficulties if you want to do SEO ads, right? And so if you sign it with Google, you can get more details. Like it's not paid, you just have to sign it with your Google account. But then here it also gives you keyword ideas, right? For cheap flight to Vegas. It gives you the CPC, the trends, and stuff like that. But what I like about it is because after finding the keyword, you have to find the content ideas. So now if you come here on the top pages that wrote, so if you type here cheap flight search, you will be able to see the top pages that wrote using that keyword. Now if you come here, you're able to see how they structure their article, so you can improve it. You see, this is not really long, but it has like 129 thoughts or comments, so you can write a better article than that. Now my next step, once I do that, is that I compile my information. There are two ways you can actually use article rewriters, or maybe article creators. Like one tool that I have is Article Forge, right? I'll put the affiliate link in the description so you can check out Article Forge. There is a 5 days trial. So what I do is that you can use Article Forge if you don't want to like waste time writing content. You can use Article Forge and it will create articles for you. So if you come here, you click on new article, then you just type Google flights or like cheap flights. You select the number of words. You don't have to do much with these settings. There's another video that I already did that covers in depth like what these settings are, so you check them and you just type create new articles and it will compile like a unique article in the eyes of Google for you about cheap flights. Now once you get that content, you come back on your blog, right? There is one plugin you need to have. It's Rank Math. How do I get 100 SEO score on these posts? This is rank math that allows me to know what factors are important in Google, in the eyes of Google algorithm. So every time Google update its algorithm, rank math also update what's important, so you're really up to date. Now if you come here, this is my article, okay? This is one article that I wrote about Google Flights, for example. Now how did I understand what was important? This guide, rank math, this plugin, if you rank math, right, this is the plugin. If you go on plugin, add new, you type rank math, you install the plugin, you set up the plugin, and then here the difference between rank math and Yoast SEO Score, Yoast SEO, is that Yoast SEO is like you pay for it and you only have like 3 keywords. This one is free and it allows you to track how your content will be organized around multiple keywords. Now like I said, this review was about Google Flights. The first thing that are important, if you click on post, click on add new, right, I will create a new post from scratch to show you that the content alone is not important. Like if you write the best content around Google Flight, but it's not organized in a very specific way, just like the way I organize it with like images, internal links, external links, H2 titles, Google is not going to rank that. No, now let's say this one is already finished, right? I click here to see the result. It's about cheap flights. Let's say it's an amazing article on cheap flight. I copy that, or I switch to HTML, and then I copy it. I come here, I switch also, I say, okay, Google Flights 2020, everything to know. Now you paste that, you switch to text, and you paste that, you switch back to visual. This is your article. Here, realize how much SEO score you have. You have 6 out of 100. Now, no, this is cheap flight. This is not about Google Flight. This is cheap flight. So let's say cheap flights 2020. Tricks to know. Oh yes, tricks to know. Now, if you come here, you change cheap flight. Now, this only switched to 8. Now, how do you really get 100 SEO score? If you come down here on rank math, it's going to tell you, it's going to ask you what is your focus keyword. The beauty about it is that even when you type your focus keyword cheap flights, it also gives you suggestions about related keyword that you even think that you should know are important. So if you type your cheap flights, right, why do I have already a 61% SEO score? So let's say I remove this content. Let me remove this content. Do you know how much SEO score I already have without any content? That's 42, right? Why do I have 42? Because my focus keyword is in the title. My focus keyword is in the title. But even if I save this as a draft, if you save this as a draft, right, what you will realize is my SEO score has improved to 51, because now I also have, if you look at it, this is how it would appears in the search result. You have cheap flight here, you have cheap flight here. So you have the keyword in the title, but also in the URL. So when people will look at this article, right, as an impression, they will understand that it's about cheap flight. When Google will come to search your website, they will understand this article is about cheap flights. Now, you have other boxes that you haven't checked yet. Your content should be between 600 and 2,500 words long, right? So you should add external link, internal link. Now, if I paste, you should add table of content. Now, if I paste my article again, I have now a 70 out of 100 SEO score. Why? It's because of first line. If you look at how it appears now in the search results, you have cheap flights here, you have cheap flights here. So now the focus keyword appears in the first 10% of the content. The focus keyword is in the URL. It's in the meta SEO meta description, which is this one. So if someone has this displayed to him as an impression, he's more likely to click on it, because from these details he knows it's about tricks for cheap flights, right? And so now you have to point out to external links. There is no image. You have to have H2 title. Now let's go over it. You should use image like video. Now the first thing you do, maybe after the introduction, let's say I want to add a title, cheap flight overview. Now you change this as a H2 title. See how the SEO score jumps from 70 to 100? Now what do? You organize your article like that. Maybe let's say this is about now the travel companies, right? Let's say best travel companies for cheap flights. You also change that as an H2. Now it hasn't changed because you already have one keyword here. Now what I do, you come here because you need images. This is visually appealing. This article is visually appealing because there are images and there are videos. On your article, you come here in Pixabay. They have millions of free high quality images that you can use without giving any attribution. If you type here cheap flights for images, you will have these, for example, flights, right, that you can, or maybe if you type airplanes, like you have this, like if I type on this image, and then you can download it, you can free download it without attribution and then upload it on your website. Or there is an easier way. What I do is I just right click, I inspect, right? You inspect and then you copy this link, this external HTML, and then you just come on your website and then you switch back to text, you paste, and then you switch back to visual, and it improves your SEO score. Now you adjust that the way you want. You can put that on the left, on the right, in the middle. It's up to you, right? It's up to you. Now what I do as well, I can at some point I have another video, right? I import a video tutorial on how to get cheap flights from YouTube. That means embedding the YouTube player in your blog post. Let's say I say best tutorial on cheap flights. Now I push that on H2, right? Push that on H2. You click here. I mean, there is an extension, there is a plugin. It's called if you go on plugin, add new, and you type just YouTube, there will be like 4 of them. You just like add one. It's up to you. So here if I type YouTube, I am able, for example, to embed a single video, right? And if I type here cheap flight, how to get cheap flights, for example, type here how to get cheap flight. These are cheap flight tricks, like these are the best videos on the keyword cheap flight. For example, if I look at this girl, if you type here, you're able to watch the video, whether it's really a good videos. If you think it's a good video, then you insert it in your video, in your blog post. Now after that, you see these are green. That means you already checked. So now let's say it says you already used this keyword. Yes, I have already used this keyword. Now you have to add internal links and external links. You see, this is what's missing, right? And focus keyword is not an image alt attribute. What does that mean? If you come here on your image, what Google does is that you also need to have, if you click here, cheap flight is not here on alternative text. This is called alt text. This is what Google reads as well to understand what your post is about, right? So if you change here, say cheap flight 2020, for example, when Google will read the details of this image, it's more likely to also show your post to other people because it understands cheap flights 2020. Now click on update. You see your SEO score jumped from 75 to 77. I am going to add now external link and internal link. The beauty about rank math is that it really gives you all this detail. And then if you think this video is helpful, if you think it is helpful, make sure you hit the like and you subscribe, because there are a lot of things we cover on this channel. It's e-commerce, dropshipping, affiliate marketing, SEO, Facebook, Instagram ads, blogging. So let's continue, right? If you go on Google and you type cheap flight, or even if you come on UberSuggest and you get external link, you get these external like top pages, Google wants you to point out to other resources to show that, okay, you use other resources to write your article. So you can just like right click, copy link to address, come here, and then add it as an anchor text. For example, you can just say cheap flight, and then you come here, you type here, insert link, you paste, and then you see it jumped from 77 to 83. Just one link, just one external link, right? And then I'll also have Grammarly to correct my article. Now I'll do that. You want to do the same thing as well. If you, for example, this one, if it's about the cheap flights, you get the best sources around to show Google that, hey, I am pointing out to these resources because they're related to my blog post, right? So you get 83. It doesn't really change anymore. Now you need internal links. Internal links means other posts on cheap flights. For example, this is another article that I wrote on maybe cheap flight or like Google flights. For example, like if you come here, you will see that I had H2 title, I had images, I had H2 title, but I also had at the end, for example, internal links, which is Travelocity, Orbit, Hotwire. Like if I copy them, for example, also read, and I add them here at the end of my blog post after the conclusion as internal link, now you see what my SEO score is, 88, right? Because Google wants you to point out as well internal articles that are related to the current blog post, the structure of your blog post. Now, sometimes what I do as well is that within the article, because some people might just read until here and then they just get away, they just move away from your blog post. So what I do is that I sometimes insert the internal link inside, like after the H2 title, after each blog paragraph block, because if someone reads until here and they want to move away from the blog because they think they already had the information, they might be interested in this title and then click on it and get on that post. And so the longer they stay on your blog, the more money you make. Now, the last thing I do usually is that I add a table of content. The table of content is a lot more nice. It's a lot more, it's more beautiful. Here's the reason. The reason is that when people come on your blog or click on the result of the research, sometimes they just want specific information. Like if someone comes on Google Flight, they might just want to know about Google Flight price guarantee, and if they click on that, they directly go on the Google Flight price guarantee, or maybe like what to do when cheap flight can be booked. They click on that, they'll directly get here. Now, how to insert the table of content. There is also another plugin you need to install. It's table of content plugin, right? So at this point, if I want to insert the table of content here, you just create a space here, you click here on table of content, it will automatically insert table of content, and you click save. This is the table of content that will take your H2 titles and then embed them here. Now, if you click on preview of the article, right? If you click on preview of the article, you will see how it's structured already. Now you see this. Now you have it. You have an ad here. You have an affiliate link here. But now this is your intro. This is your table of content. This is your image. It's a lot more appealing. And this is the video. This is the YouTube embedder. It's completely legal to do it. You did not download the video and then upload it on your website. This is just an embedder. Now, so you see, this is the end. If someone finished reading this article, they can be interested to know more about Orbit or Travelocity. Right? So it's very. This is how you organize a post. This is how I organize all my posts to get 100 out of 100, or maybe 90 or 80 and up on all my SEO or all my blog posts. 90 and up SEO score. So if you think, again, like I said, this channel is about you. Okay, it's completely 100% about you, providing value to you to make your life easier. So if you think this is helpful, make sure you head over the channel and you smash the like button on this video, and you press the button subscribe, right? Until next time, take good care of yourself. Bye.